Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, what was I doing? Oh, pan the palette. Oh my god. It has been a very long day. A very long day. I had a stressful day. A very stressful day. So I'm sorry if I don't remember things. But anyway, so I had someone, and I don't even remember who, tell me to do this video of like pan that palette. So basically I pulled out a bunch of eyeshadow palettes that I am currently using to pan out, to get rid of. Well, I don't want to say get rid of, but just cycle them out, if that makes sense. So once I use up these palettes, I can go out and buy new palettes. Because right now I'm not buying any more eyeshadow palettes because I have too many, to the point that my drawers don't close that well. So, and if you saw my eyeshadow palette collection video, you know that. So I went through all of my makeup and I decided these were the eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to use up, get my money's worth, and then get rid of them. Like, bye. I have a hard time with like declutters because I say, oh, I'm gonna declutter, I'm gonna give it to a friend, or it's horrible, I'm gonna throw it away, and I don't. I end up bringing it back into my collection and I end up using it again. So I've come to terms in my head that I'm not going to just waste the money that I spent on these palettes by decluttering them. That I'm going to do the pan the palette and I'm going to use up all of the product. Because when you have like a $50 eyeshadow palette and I paid $50 for that eyeshadow palette, it makes no sense for me to throw it away or to give it to friends. That's me losing money. Versus I can just use it and then get something later on that I may like more. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna show you guys the palettes that I'm going to pan out and use up. And the first one actually got out of a declutter. I brought this, I decluttered it and then brought it back because I am horrible at declutters. And that is the Makeup Revolution. This is the VIP palette. This palette has been out for a while. I don't even know if they still make it, to be honest. And I've already hit pan in one of the shades. I've already hit pan in this shade. I'm getting ready to hit pan in this. I can use this up and get rid of it. It's not an expensive palette. I think this was like $15, if that. So I'm gonna use it up and get rid of it. I've already hit pan in one. We're already, you know, 1% there. So another one I've already hit pan on is the ColourPop My Little Pony. Now this has definitely been out for a while. I think this was released in like 2016 or something. I need to use it up. I've already hit pan in this shade. I love this shade. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous like teal aqua blue. And I love this palette. This is a palette that I actually use, that I enjoy. The formula works. It's great quality. So why not use it up? Get my, I think this was $16 out of it, and then, you know, throw away the packaging because I'm done with it. So I do love this palette. I kind of wish that they still made this and would bring this back, but I know that's just not gonna happen. So now another one that I decided to, I'm right next to a window and that light is like shining on my eyeballs. Anyway, another palette that I decided to bring out of a declutter, and I still to this day do not know why I did that, is the LA Girl The Nudist. This is what it looks like. You can see the palette on the desk. So, oh, and my wax warmer too. That's, anyway. I've almost hit pan on this white shade. I took this traveling with me on Monday of this week. I don't know when this video is gonna go live, but I took it with me on Monday when I went to go see Luke, and I had to use this white shade as a setting powder because I forgot my loose powder and my pressed powder. So I had to use an eyeshadow as a setting powder. That was fun. So that's why I've almost hit pan in this one. These just, the mattes in here are so not pigmented, and the shimmers in here suck. But I paid money for this, and I need to just make it work. I don't like wasting money, so I need to make it work. This may just end up being my little travel palette when I go down to see my boyfriend. I don't know, but it needs to be used up. I can tell you that right now. Moving on. Another one of my travel palettes, I guess you could say, that I always take traveling with me is the Lorac Pro Matte. Now this palette I've had for a long time, and I need to use it up. All these palettes I just need to use up and get out of my collection. So I've almost hit pan, you can't tell probably because of the light, but I've almost hit pan on Bare, and I've almost hit pan on Linen. I love this pink mauve shade. I love it. This burgundy shade, don't really know what to do with. To me, it's kind of random in this palette because you have like light neutrals and then you have a red, which is kind of weird. And I don't typically use black. So what I may end up doing with this palette is panning all these out and just have to be like, I'm done with these last two shades because I just simply don't know what to do with them. Lorac formula is some of the best matte, I'll say the matte formula, is some of the best matte formula on the market, in my opinion. They're phenomenal. It's so freaking good. But the issue I have with Lorac is the pan sizes, you guys, are really, really, really tiny. It's like the size of a dime. Very tiny. So this actually won't take me that long to pan because of there's just not a lot of product, if I'm gonna be honest. But the quality is so good. It's so good. I can't recommend Lorac enough. It's so good. I need to get more Lorac products, but sometimes I just have a hard time justifying the price. And I don't know why, because they're not that expensive, but you don't get a lot of product. 0.144 ounces in this versus like this one is 0.35. So yeah. All right. Wet n Wild. The reason why I'm going to pan this one out, this is the 758 Rosé in the Air. This is the dupe for the Modern Renaissance. The reason why I'm going to pan this out is because I have Modern Renaissance. And this is just a smaller palette that kind of gets lost in my drawers. And I want to just kind of use it up. It's got the same color scheme as Modern Renaissance. It's literally a dupe. I'm not a big fan of the shimmer, if I'm going to be honest. There's one shimmer. I'm not a big fan of it. But I can make it work. So again, the reason why I'm panning this out is simply because I have the Modern Renaissance, and I like the Modern Renaissance better. So this one, just gonna use it up. It gets lost in my drawers. I forget. I can't remember everything. All right. Then I got this one in a BoxyCharm, and this is new in my collection, okay? This is new. And the reason why I'm panning this out is because I can't stand the color story. And this is the Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette. I got it in a BoxyCharm. I didn't pay that much for it when you do the math, but oh dear Lord, I do not like this color story. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, the matte, this one is pretty good. This Forehead Kisses, but it looks pink on the eyelid and it's brown. So I don't understand. I can't, these shades are so dull to me. They're so dull. This one's gonna take a while to pan out, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, get my BoxyCharm money's worth, and be done. I can't with this palette. I don't know why. The quality is not even that good. I've used it a couple times, it's just not even that good. So I just gotta get rid of that. It's just driving me nuts. I got another big palette. So this is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel. I've had this for a long time, you guys, and that's why I need to declutter it. And I hate doing it because I love all of these highlighter shades here at the bottom, especially this little quad, I guess you could say. But this palette is pretty old, and it's gonna get to the point eventually where it's just not pigmented, and then I'm gonna be upset because I'm gonna be like, well, why didn't I get my money's worth? Why didn't I use it? So that's why this is in my pan the palette. The colors are super pretty up here. These are the eyeshadows, these are the highlighters. I love the pinks and the light cream colors, and that's what's good is like I can use these light cream colors to set eyeshadow primer and it'll pan out pretty quickly. So, and I hate to say goodbye to this one, honestly, but I'm gonna get my money's worth and be done. That's all you can do. I'm not wasting it. All right, this is the Lorac Mega Pro 4. Now, I love it. I do love this palette, but I never reach for it, and I don't know why. It's gorgeous. I can create beautiful looks with it. It's got summery colors. It's got more fall, wintry colors. It's the perfect palette for the seasons, I guess you could say. But I never reach for this, and for that, I have got to suck it up and just pan the palette out, because this is expensive. This is a $59 palette, I think. It's either $49 or $59. I've got to use this, y'all. Like, this cannot just continue sitting in my drawer for all of eternity. Like, it's gorgeous. I love this fairy tale shade. It's so pretty. And again, it shouldn't take that long to pan out because of the size of the little pans. They're tiny. So, and I've almost hit pan already in the cotton shade right here and then the peak peony shade. So, I need to just go ahead and suck it up and get it out. Use it. All right, a couple more left. Just a couple more. This is a lot that I'm like trying to like pan out and get rid of, but I think if I use these palettes on an everyday basis, then I'll be able to get it out and I'll be able to get more newer palettes coming in. So the next one is the Too Faced I Want Candy palette. Again, this is 2017. 2017. I have got to use this. I used this on my eyes today, actually. I used the cream puff, I used the pastry, and I used hot chocolate. And this is the shimmer I have on my lid, which is Sweet Toffee. I think that Kandy Johnson did a phenomenal job with this. I love it, and when it first came out, I used it on a daily basis, but now it's just kind of gotten lost in my drawer. It's getting old. The colors are going to start losing their oomph, and I need to just go ahead and pan it while I can and use it. Also, this was also expensive. This was like a $45 palette, you know, and I can't stand the tin packaging. I get it, it's cute. Her name is Candy, and it's like candy tins, and the names are chocolates and stuff, but this drives me nuts. I had to flatten, this used to be like a bulge. I had to press and flatten this so it would fit in my drawer. So the last two, you guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, may shock you. So the first one, yeah, is the Jeffree Star Blue Blood. Now, the reason why I'm going to... Pumba! My cat is literally trying to get in my sink. The reason why I'm going to pan this out is because I have two of them. I have two of these Blue Blood palettes, you guys. One I bought, one was gifted to me by a friend. And so this one right here is mine. Because the one my friend gifted me is newer. So this right here has got to go. Not for anything bad. It's hard to get it in the camera. Not for anything bad other than the fact that I have two of them and I want to be able to get one out. If I get this one out, I'll have more room in my collection to be able to put different palettes. This is thick. This is incredibly thick. So this takes up a lot of storage in my drawers that I could use. So that's just simply the only reason why I'm going to pan out this Blue Blood, because I already have another one and I need the space. So nothing bad. I love the palette, but it's just gonna have to go. All right. The last palette made me really sad to have to do this, but it's kind of like a bittersweet moment. And that is the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie. Now, you guys know I love the Nudie Patootie by Laura Lee. I recommend it to anyone. It's just the best neutral palette there is. I do like the Jeffree Star Orgy, but this one is just, there's something about this Nudie Patootie palette that just gets me every time. And before I sat down to film this video and I was going through the makeup, I opened it and I lost a shade. And that right there just told me I have got to get this palette out and I need to repurchase it. This is a palette that I'm going to repurchase that later on in my eyeshadow palette collecting days because it's so good. But I've had it for a while and that shade right there, what's it called? Exposed, it just fell out in my drawer when I opened it. So, and this one, if you can tell, it's getting ready to do the same thing. So I love this palette. It's phenomenal. I recommend it to anyone. But for me, I need to go ahead and use it up while I can, while it's still good, and then repurchase it. Because, oh, I love this palette. And I was so sad when that shade fell out, but I kind of took it as a sign of like, Jamie, you've had it for a while. You need to just use it. You need to use it up. So, there you go, you guys. That is it. How many palettes am I going to have to go through? 1, 2, 11. Oh boy. So 11 palettes that I'm going to pan out. And I will keep you guys updated probably, I want to say like 6 months, because it's probably going to take me that long to get some stuff panned. So I'll give you an updated pan that palette in 6 months. Yeah. So that's it, you guys. My phone is ringing, so I got to get off the phone. I got to get off here. People always want me. I love you guys. Bye.